Good Saturday morning, and God, I do thank you for the opportunity just to say, God, I thank you. I am coming today. I want to talk to you about being a father. I can remember back in the day, so let me get this copyright situation out of the way. Tom Joyner, morning show, they used to have this segment. It was called Real Fathers, Real Men. And I was always impressed with the stories. And as I got older and continued to get older, I realized that it was personal to me. So that's why it was so important for me to actually just listen to the stories. I was hoping that I would be able to get my oldest daughter on, and I did speak with them, all three of them, about trying to get them all together and do this. It didn't work out in how I wanted it to work out, but not all things do. You just suggesting you keep moving forward. So here I am, and I'm hopefully she'll be able to join in, and we can kind of have her here to share her thoughts. And last Saturday, we went to Savannah, and we celebrated my oldest daughter, Shayla's birthday. And she didn't know that we were doing this. She went up with the understanding that she was going to spend time with her cousin, who she calls her sister cousin. And when she got to Savannah, we were all there, to include her youngest brother, her sister, and she's the oldest, so they're all younger than she is. They flew in to surprise her, and she was a bag of water. And it was a great thing, and I was so excited about just being in a position to be able to pull that off. What I wanted to discuss it's something, and again, I'm speaking personally, but I think I'm speaking for all fathers. And again, we don't get the credit that maybe we should get, but we do what we need to do, and that's the most important thing. And it's a beautiful thing once you go through raising your kids, being the disciplinaries, setting rules in place, sometimes having to say no. They hear you and they don't hear you. But after everything is done and your kids become adults and they still want to spend time with you, it's a surreal moment. And that's what I've been blessed with when it comes to my kids. I don't have to force them to hang out with their dad. And understand this, I respect my adult kids' rights to do what it is they want to do. I may ask, for example, last night I asked my son to hang out with me, and he told me he had some other things he wanted to do. I felt a certain type of way, but I have to respect the fact that that's his right. No harm, no foul. And he did him, and I did me, and here we are. But being a parent is not an easy job, because it's an ever changing job. Just bear with me 1 second. As I was saying, it's an ever changing job. And there are books out there about parenting. And they're giving you information based on their way of thinking and their situation. And there's nothing wrong with having something to use as a guide. And keyword there is just as a guide. Obstacles are going to show up. And unfortunately, that book that you was reading, and in some cases, some people will take that as law, and it's not. It's just a guide. And it's a hope that you may end up dealing with some of the same similar things that you were reading. It doesn't always happen that way. So you have to adjust, be prepared for the adjustment, accept the fact that the obstacle that you're dealing with is a learning opportunity. You're going to get flustered, but be able to pull it back to where it needs to be. I had many obstacles that came my way as a parent, and still as a parent, being a parent of the adult kids. So it's a never ending cycle. We get to that place, and I'm guilty of this as others have been. When they turn 18, when they graduate and this and that and all those other good things, I'm going to wash my hands of the situation. No, it doesn't work like that. That's when the real job shows up, because now you're dealing with of age people who has allowed themselves to believe, because I am of age, I'm now an adult, so certain rules I don't have to follow anymore. Yeah, that's when the fun starts. Now you've got to learn how to communicate with the adult child. You should never talk at anyone, but as a parent of dependent kids, it happens. But when they become adult kids, we have to talk to them, and you have to learn how to speak so you can keep their attention. Because if you get to that point, in some cases, that you are talking at them, they're going to shut down on you, and you're going to lose them. And then you're going to end up being frustrated, aggravated, and a couple other adjectives that I'm going to choose not to utilize. But we got to learn how to maneuver and communicate with them based on where they've elevated to. And I think, and as a matter of fact, I'm not going to say I think, I know this, because as I started this, they still want to spend time with me. Not because they have to, only because they're choosing to, and I am asking it of them. And sometimes it doesn't work out that their schedule works with mine, even when they're home. So it doesn't happen. But then when it does, we have the best of times. Now, here's the other fun part. Being the father that I am, whenever they do show up, it would be great. And sometimes it does. But in most cases, it doesn't. And what happens is my wallet is still what holds everything together when we out and about. And I love it, especially with my youngest daughter. Daddy, what about me? Yeah. And I love it. I love it. And why do I love it? Because I've planned for it. I prepared for it. And I'm able to do it with a smile. It's a blessing. And the most important part about that, as I talk about them leaning on me even as they are adults, they got me. They got me financially if need be. But they also got me physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I see all of it. So it is the best trade-off. I truly wish that my oldest daughter was here with me, and it just didn't work out, but you adjust and you keep moving. We will go back and forth, and she does things that she knows is going to push my buttons. She will get mad and may storm away, and she has that right, always being respectful. But even in that time right there, she's feeling how she's feeling, and everything but the right thing, and she's wanting everybody to side with her because my daddy is wrong and I'm right. But if you tried me at that moment and I needed her, all that goes out the window. My baby's on her way. And we'll deal with what I'm here fighting for after the fight. But right now, I got you. And it is a beautiful thing. I know who my hellion is, and that one is Shayla. Shayla got it there. They all got me, but in different ways. But Shayla ready to go to war no matter what. So I've taken enough of your time today, and I just wanted to share. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to be a father, a real man. And again, that came from Tom Joyner Morning Show. And you've done what you're supposed to do. And you've raised your kids. And your kids are now adults. And they still want to come back and spend time with you. Salute to you, man. Congratulations. And you now have a responsibility, and you know what that responsibility is. You got to pay it forward to the point. Have these types of conversations with the young minds and explain to them and help them understand how this works based on being a father, a real man. Y'all go ahead and make this Saturday great. Share that smile. It's needed by someone. And just allow whatever obstacles that come your way be what it's supposed to be, a learning opportunity. Don't let it dictate what your day is going to be or should be. You claim your day and you go ahead and get it taken care of. Have a great Saturday. Be blessed.